Hey ladies and legacy builders, welcome back to Tasha Mind Your Money. If you're new here, my name is Tasha. I'm a mom on a mission to budget smart, save boldly, and share with you our progress one small step at a time. For everyone who is returning, thank you so much. Please don't forget to click like on this video and leave a comment down below. What is the best part of the week for you? Let me know what's going on with you. I love to talk to you guys, at least see your comments, because I'm trying my best to get back to you as soon as I can. We are going to be resetting for this new week, and today is November 16th. At the beginning of each week, I like to go back and reflect on what happened in the previous week, reconcile the accounts, do transactions, expense tracking, and then set up a new budget for this week. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I did close out the second budget by paycheck with you guys. I closed it out on Thursday. I posted the video on Friday. But in case you missed it, what we did, or at least the highlights of that, was we were able to leave behind a little nice amount in our cushion, so that I considered it savings, and we stayed under budget for food and gas. So that was pretty amazing for me. Paycheck budget number 3 is going to be a little bit different because things change. Things have changed already for the budget, but I can't wait to share that with you. I don't think I have any other significant highlights for what we did in week 2, sorry, except for we paid some money towards our gas bill, we paid money towards our car insurance, and we even paid an additional $5 to our cell phone bill to bring it down. And I used some of my my apps. Receipt Hog is one, Surveys on the Go is another, and whenever I reach the threshold to cash out, I cash out a Visa gift card and I put that towards the cell phone. And so we reduced our cell phone bill from $83 to $67.60. So that was a big takeaway from week 2 for me too. We did have a bill of $83, and since we paid $15 or so, $15.40 towards it already using my apps, we only have $67 to pay, so that's good. My credit card is due today, and we already made 2 payments on it towards it this month already, so we're working it down. My birthday is this week. We have the AdSense pay this week. I'm just looking forward to great things that God is going to do within this new week here. So week 1 ended with $586 in our cushion, and this is the joint account. And week 2, we did have some unbudgeted spending, so we ended up with $3.05. Then we had income come in. We spent $124.73 on food, $32.93 on gas. We had some more income come in, and then we transferred $1,070 to another account. We spent $40.07 on household expenses, $135 to the car loan. So I'm grateful we had an extra $15 to send over there. And even though I closed out my paycheck budget number 2 with you guys, we did end with $110 and some change. But we spent a few places. I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought some pencils for the children because they can't seem to find any of their pencils. My school-aged children, that is. So we went and bought a bunch of pencils from the Dollar Tree. I also bought my Christmas cards so I can start, getting prepared with those, because I want to send out Christmas cards this year. I think I missed it last year, so I don't want to forget this year. And we ended up spending a total of $34.30. So that reduced our cushion to $75.88. So that's how we ended with week 2. We have a balance of $75.88. There was no change with my operating account, because remember, money, I am going to build a cushion in here, but we had money come in, but then money left. So it wasn't like it stayed there. Some money went to savings, some money went to pay future bills, and that kind of thing. So we ended week 2 with the same amount, $0 in here. So we'll keep that until we start building up the cushion, which I do want to begin doing in week 3 of November. Now, for the bills account, at the end of week 1, we had $350.99. And then We put money on our Easy Pass. That was $25. We had a toll bill we had to pay. That was $144.98. We had an inflow of $300. That brought our balance to $481 and a penny. And then we paid towards our car insurance $150. And then we paid our Spectrum bill that came out automatically for $90. So now we ended with $241 and a penny. That's how we ended week 2. And so if we add that to what's in the joint account, we are starting week 3 for the month of November with a total of $316.89. Boom. Here it is. So I wanted to talk about that. This is really quick now because I'm really being more intentional and focused on the budget. I praise the Lord for that. I hope you are too. I already wrote everything in, so it doesn't take as long for me to go through it. I just want you to know that I'm still tracking expenses, and I want to encourage you and motivate you to do it as well, because if you don't track your expenses, you won't really know what's going on with your money. You won't know, should I have more money in this account than I have here? And you don't necessarily have to use my workbook or use pen and paper if you don't really like pen and paper. Most of you, I think, who watch do love pen and paper. But if perchance you are more of an iPad, iPhone app kind of lady, use your app and track your expenses. At least review your account at the least. See what's going on so you know how to project a budget for your next week or your next upcoming paycheck. I watched somebody on TikTok recently. I don't remember her name. It was a random night I was scrolling, and she said that she gets paid bi-weekly, but she budgets her money every single week, and she budgets for groceries specifically every week. And I thought that was smart, because sometimes life can be a lot. You're trying to plan 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks in the future. If you could just do it week by week, sometimes that helps too. All right, we are weekly budgeters because we are paid every week. So my husband is the breadwinner. He makes most of the money. I am contributing as much as I can, and I am managing this. So we have $316.89 altogether that we're working with, except the 75. Oh shoot, I forgot already. What was it? 75. 75.88 is what we're including in our cushion for the joint account. So that's the balance that we're starting with, and we are going to budget for a minimum of $1,400 worth of new and fresh money coming in. So we're going to budget for a total of $1,475.88. And my top priority is Proverbs 13, verses 25 to 28. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. Praise the Lord. That really just gave me like a boost of motivation. I love it. That's what I'm going to be leaning into and leaning on this whole week. And that's what we're budgeting. And we do a zero-based budget, so the expenses are going to equal the same. Every expense does include the cushion, the money that we leave behind in the checking account. That is a temporary savings or a short-term savings, because we could use it if we need to. The payday is my birthday, 11/21, and we're going to give a tithe of $140. That's still planned for giving. And we're not, I have a budget for the month to give $40 to teachers, but we're going to do that in the next paycheck. For savings, our cushion is going to get $90.88. Because we are going to put some of that into a second account, the operating account, so we can have some money there saved as well. We need the balance forward. It's also going to get a little bit of cash money, and we're going to give her $15 this week. And let me see, $105.88 is the total of our savings. And then we have investing. We are going, no, oh shoot, girl, I jumped the gun because I'm looking at next week's budget. So we don't have any plan for the brokerage this week. Cash expenses, we do need to take out $40, and that is going to household, and that is it. And then bills and expenses. Y'all know, if you know, you know, this one is the big one. So we need to put money aside for the mortgage. Start with the bills accounts. Our mortgage is separate from the other bills. So this is a whole different account number, whole different high yield savings account where we put this money for safekeeping and safe holding. Kind of like Tara's hold your horses kind of thing. But we keep it here because we know we want to pay next month's mortgage with the money that's in here. And we like getting a little bit of interest. The bills account, we're going to put $300 in here. So what we're paying this week, we're going to pay our credit card. We're going to pay Geico. We're going to pay Metro PCS. And we're going to pay National Grid again because we have to put some money towards that bill too. What else are we doing? We need to put money towards a car loan. Clarissa, I didn't forget. And this week we're going to add an extra $10. So we're going to send $130 to the car loan. We're working on paying it down. I did not include my AdSense check in here because I don't count that until it actually hits the account. And we'll have to move it around. And so because the 21st is on a Friday, I don't know how early the deposit will hit and how long it might take for me to move the funds around. So we're playing this by ear. We'll see what happens when it happens. And then we'll make our money moves with that money. So that's it. Car loan, bills, and mortgage are the bills, the fixed expenses. Then we have our variable expenses we need to feed us. So food is going to get $150 this week. We don't have much left in the budget after this. I think I had $212 left out of the monthly budget for food. So we shall see. All right. Food is $150. I'm going to shop Aldi though this week. So that's one thing that I put on my pre-plan for Sunday. And I'm going to finalize my grocery list to make sure we do get good meat specific for the meals that we're going to be making this week. And then also the fruits, the vegetables, and snacks. These children eat out these snacks so fast. Goodness gracious. $45 is going to children. This will finish the money, putting the money aside for the pictures that they're going to be taking. 2 of my children taking pictures next month. So that will finish for that. We'll have a total of $90 for their pictures. Some of that money will go towards their haircuts as well, so they can look real extra fresh for their pictures. Oh, car gas. We need $40 this week. I think I'm going over budget for car gas this month, but that's not hard to do with the extra driving we have to do because kids have appointments maybe 20-30 minutes away from home, so we're doing extra driving. So we're going to need to make sure that the tank is full. And I think I accomplished everything I needed to with this budget. We do not have a budget for household. I don't expect I need to buy anything this week. That can't wait. There's some things that just will have to wait. But some takeaways. We did lower our cell phone. That's a great thing. I'm happy about that. We did tap into our cushion. Not the greatest thing, but we had it when we needed it. We are behind on investing, so like that's not fun. And I mentioned the snacks. The kids ate all the snacks, y'all. In like 3 days, the snacks are gone. So I need to try and figure out how we're going to make it work for the next week. Other mothers are using Aldi to stock up for their family of 4. They're 2 and 3 kids. I'm sure I can feed these little ones with Aldi. Let me make sure I did that right. 525 plus 300 plus 130 plus 150 plus 45 plus 40, 1190. So $1,190 this week for bills and expenses. And cash is $40. Then savings is $105.88 and giving is $140. Boom, that's our $14.75 and 88-cent budget. We have a zero-based budget. Oh, here's my ruler. I sent the baby just now looking for my ruler, and it's right here. So we have $1,475.88. I don't usually use change. I like budgeting with whole numbers, but looking at our cushion, I just wanted to incorporate it so we can kind of remember that I have to put money back in there. I want to keep money in our cushion. Some of this that we're planning is going to be left behind in the joint account, and then a smaller portion is going to start building a cushion in the operating account. All right, I think that's it, and that's all. I wanted to share my takeaways. I want to share what I took from the previous week and how we're starting this new week. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. Thank you, Jesus. So we are going to have a great week this week. We are going to continue to be intentional, continue to be focused, continue to do the best we can with what we've been given, to steward it well, because if you're faithful over a little, you will be faithful over much. I'm super, super excited about Transfer Tuesday because we're getting closer and closer to being under $16,000 owed on the car loan. Every new milestone is a reason to celebrate, so I hope and pray that you guys will celebrate with me. And that's it, y'all. That's it for this week. Our intention is to create margin in our budget. We need that margin because things come up all the time. And what I have learned is that if you put a little bit aside each week towards your savings or towards just unbudgeted miscellaneous money, that's a smart idea. That's a good thing to do. And you can do it easily. When we started building our emergency fund back in 2019, we started doing automatic transfers of $5 every week. And if you go back through my earlier videos, I talked about it a lot. She just put her banana in my hand. Oh gosh. We talked about it a lot. We said, listen, $5 a week is where we started. And then we were able to do $25. And then, sometimes we could put $100. And then you start where you are. Don't think that because you don't have an enormous budget or enormous income right now that you can't save and you can't invest. You can actually do it. Mommy Trader, Miss Shalise, she's one of the greatest YouTubers out there who talks real talk about how to invest. So watch her if you haven't watched her. I've been a fan of Mommy Trader since we connected on YouTube. Oh gosh, about 2021, I think, 2022, maybe even before then. And she still does the same thing. I used her $1 a day investment strategies. She has books out there. I bought her books. She is amazing at keeping it very simple because we don't need to focus on having thousands and thousands of dollars to invest unless you want to do that sort of thing. We're not into day trading and whatnot. We just invest a little and do it consistently. And behind the scenes, what my husband and I are doing is letting those dividends work for us while we get our budget, in the place where it needs to be. The only way you can invest more is if you actually pay attention to what your money is doing, give yourself a plan, and then you can start doing that. I don't know why I started talking about investing, but it was on my mind. So hopefully you got something of value from this video. If you did, please click the thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. This channel is monetized, so one of the ways we earn income to help save for our children and build for our strong financial future and to contribute to leaving a legacy is this channel. The revenue helps us, so if you can watch a couple of ads too, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, ladies. This is how I'm minding my money. I hope that you continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. And I will talk to you on Tuesday for Transfer Tuesday. Thanks so much for being here. Bye for now.